Greetings there, my fellow pilots. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts, Fire in the Hold. Episode 42, Leaving a Battle Unresolved. They stopped rotating? Yeah, they have. I mean, it says they still have active thrusters, and the cross velocity between us keeps changing, so they're actively accelerating, I think. They're on active thrust, just not a lot of thrust or something? I'm not certain. I think if I close the gap... that's another hit. I think they lost a PDC. They lost another PDC. Malamark, thank you for the resub. Oh, I got chunked by something. Getting off nav. Visor damage. A wall. Conduit damaged. Wall needs restoration. It is worth it to me to fix that. I'm going to pick up my spare parts bag, pop my helmet on, and fix that. There wasn't anyone, like, around me so close that I'm worried or anything. And obviously this is, like, something a second crew member could massively help on, because, I'm in the middle of a conflict, and, I have to be my engineer and captain. I mean, yeah, it's not ideal. Luckily, I've got super skills, so I can put things back together fast. So, visor damage... Now the only damage is down here. I'm going to restore this wall, actually. So that I don't have to repair it. And let's just restore this conduit. Or cancel... repair the conduit. But I'm not going to worry about the antenna right now. Oh, God, I went outside for that? Shoot. That's bad. Track worn. Okay, zooming all the way in. Okay, I might save scum only because in the time it took me to repair that, the other ship significantly moved. I shouldn't have done that. Before I do anything else, did they? Yeah, they hit me here. Okay, I'm gonna load. What was that? It was 5 minutes ago. I'm going to load only because I know how absolutely annoying in the partially implemented Ceres station is only partially implemented, and what I suspect it is missing is access to repair parts and stuff. And that was a very avoidable damage because that other ship was on an intercept course. They accelerated as soon as I was off nav, right? Like, and they probably accelerated in a way that humans would not have survived. I'm assuming they pulled like some crazy hygiene maneuver in order to get outside of the shadow of the asteroid. The moment I got off nav. Yeah. Just the way, just how I'm assessing that. But it's all good. It's not like I'm loading back before we start engaging one another. So we'll pick up from that micrometeorite. I feel like also the amount of micrometeorite strikes kind of getting ridiculous the moment I'm like in a firefight. Much, much, much higher, you know? And there isn't the concept of like debris from gunfire or anything. Like it's not like the fact that I'm firing coil guns is causing this, as far as I know. Okay, so what position are we in now? Let's pick back up. So we have not been micrometeorite struck there, but we did take damage here. I'm obviously going to be a lot less willing to leave my nav at this point, for obvious reasons. So this ship is not super accelerating towards me still. So what I'm going to do is kill all of my velocity pointing backwards to move towards them actively, and then take more shots on the big one. Because I think this one is in the shadow. So you can kind of see their, like, transit lines. Let me slow down time. You can kind of see their transit lines of where they're headed and what they're doing. And this one's, like, moving away from me. Mostly with a little bit of cross velocity. And the cross velocity seems like I need to be shooting bearing, like, 1 to hit them. So once I get cross velocity 0 and bearing, like, let's say 0.5, I'll take shots on the big ship. I think that will be a hit. Yeah, the second ship did, they went from here to here. Maybe the appropriate amount of time had passed, but I feel like they accelerated in a way that, I mean, I don't know. It's hard to say. So we're almost at cross velocity 0, and then I'll take shots on 58. What are even their names? Something Queen, Miserable Queen, and something hard. This isn't hard. I'll take a second volley of shots, slightly adjusting my bearing for Miserable Queen, the bigger of the two. Okay, that does not look it's gonna hit. No. First volley did not hit. Second volley did not hit. I'm firing, the bearing was too far off. I should have been bearing more like 0. Take another shot at nearly bearing 0. When I resolve cross velocity. There's 2 more shots. I think these will have a higher likelihood to hit. And if they do, I'll take 2 more. They missed, and I tried to adjust. That one hit, but the coils didn't. Seems like they're not in active thrust right now, so I'm going to slow down time to do, like, the most accurate shot I can manage. Bearing 0, cross velocity 0, because I don't think they're accelerating or decelerating. They're I mean, we're moving to one another, but we're aligned. And for whatever reason, they're not trying to coil me. Granted, they only have 1 coil gun, and I have multiple. I'm down to last 2 shots on my coils, though, for whatever it's worth. That was a near miss, but that wasn't the shot I just took. The shot I just took was these 2 up here. And now I'm going to very quickly address my coil gun situation. I'm going to put the battery down. Alright, so what I'm doing is I'm grabbing ammo from the rails and reloading the coils to equal them out. So I'll put... We have 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 39. So I'll put... even them out so I have 20, 20. And basically that way I can take more shots than they can take because I have more mass drivers than they have, increasing my odds to hit. So if this does become a shootout, I've got more guns running. I wish I had more rounds, but, you know, at the time I didn't have the rep or money, script that is. Okay, the last few. Connected. And probably double connect. Yep, connected. Awesome. All right, I'm going to slow down time and take some more accurate shots. So let's adjust bearing to 0, cross velocity to 0. It doesn't seem like they're accelerating. And what I'm hoping to do is get some punch depth. Basically, hit them with the rails over and over in the same spot. So we start to penetrate deeper into their ship, potentially disabling the things that I need disabled. They look pretty degraded. They still have thrusters, they still have a reactor, they still have launchers, which I'm going to assume at this rate is decoy and not missile. I could be wrong. There is still a threat. But I'm going to guess their decoy, it's decoy launchers off the sides here and not in the front, because if they were in the front, they probably would have lost them by now. And then I'm also tracking the other ship because I know it's probably just outside of the shadow of that meteorite, or asteroid rather, sorry. So I'll be firing on it, switching targets in just a second. So I'm going to fire one more volley at Miserable Queen and then switch targets. We should be on red battle mode now, right? Alright, that's hopefully the last volley I fire at them. So, other target. They have cross velocity, accurate, active acceleration towards me. So I'm going to try to lead them a little bit here. I'm going to lead them by 0.75. I think they lost a PDC. And then I'm going to lead them at 0.35. And those are 2 volleys on the other ship. Three crew. Oh, I've also killed 2 crew. I think they were at crew 8. Is that what you're saying? I wish I had these like written down. So the last 2 volleys coming from my mass drivers is with the intention of hitting the This Isn't Hard ship, the H0. I'll call them H0 and 58. So it looks like I hit the 58 again. And I'm going to wait for the volleys aimed at the H0 until I refire to see how much I miss. So here is, I think, shots on the H0. So the first volley, leading by 0.5 bearing, missed a little bit. The next volley missed, but I didn't see by how much. I'm going to try to fire another volley at like a 1/10 of a degree off. Oh, yes! I hit it at, what was that, 25? A 1/4 of a degree off? I pegged, H0. Yeah, I'm trying to do some, like, hardcore Kerbal space program math here in order to lead targets, because I have very limited munitions, and I do not want to be shot at. Checking the original target. I don't know if they're dead in the water, but I feel pretty good about them not pursuing me at the moment. So I'm going to really try to hit the closer one now. So I'm going to try a... So... This volley, well, I'm gonna let the volleys land, and then readjust. I need to recalculate in my mind how much I'm leading these by. I could try to burn cross velocity to match. That wouldn't be a terrible idea, but I'd rather just like strafe fire. You think bearing 33 of degrees was a hit? It's possible. I'm gonna let these last few rounds land, because if I disable the coil gun, like, a lot of the threat is gone. So a lot of them were too far behind. I think I need to fire at, like, I'm gonna try 0.4. So this volley here is a 0.4. And I'll adjust accordingly. So if it's behind them, I need to go larger lead. If it's in front of them, I need to go smaller lead. So if it's behind them, I need to go like 0.5. If it's behind them, I need to go like 0.3. Essentially, with this shot, this volley shot. And one of the issues is firing rails and coils is a bit hard because the coils move slower than the rails. So they're going to have a different leading amount than the rails. So that's the other problem is I'm mixing guns and the velocities of the rounds, the mass-driven rounds I'm firing at them. So it's like making the math even more difficult. But so I did a 0.4 round. This is the 0.4. And this is from the railgun, and it was not lead enough. So I'm going to try to do a 0.5 from the railgun only. So here's a 0.5 or 0.49 at railgun, fired. The coils that are fired at 0.4 are coming in now. And they look to be well behind. So I'm going to actually try the coils at 0.7, fired, and then see if the 0.5 rail lands. It really is like being a forward observer on artillery or something. Like, that's how this feels. But I do feel like I did a significant amount of damage to the original ship, and then this ship is the active threat. It has good thrust. It has a coil gun. It has crew. And if I continue to... Ooh. So this is the rail at 0.5? Hit! Coil gun's disabled! Yes! We killed it! Ah! Oh, yes! Alright. Rail at 0.5, fired. I just fired another one. We'll see if we hit twice. I think they're accelerating, so I'm also going to fire another rail at 0.55. Which will be the second shot. Rail at 0.54. Fired. Oh, what's up? Outnumbered, outgunned, outclassed, and outmaneuvered by me. Boom, baby. What's up? Welcome to my asteroid belt. Sky Collective, thank you for the resub. Appreciate it. Reminds you of the preemptive attack scenes in The Expanse? Yes. One thing I loved about The Expanse is how, like, very realistic some of it was. So here are the coils that are fired at 0.5. Oh, what's up? Hit you in the face. And then the rail. It missed. So this is the second rail that I fired. This was the one that I course adjusted for. And it hit again. All right, at this point, what I'm going to do is time excel. I think the smaller craft, this isn't hard, the H0, is approaching me. And I'm really curious what they're going to do on their approach, because they don't have a gun anymore. The other one is hanging back as like a support gunship. So what I want to do is sort of like let the time... Well, I should probably put on my helmet in case I get busted up. But put on my helmet and then like time accelerate to see how this will play out, whether they flee for me or not. Because at the moment they're approaching me, and they're approaching me pretty fast. But track warn. Oh, are you launching missiles now? They might be decoy and bailing. They might be running for me. I can't... So, looking at them... I think what I'm going to do is... And this is crazy, but I did just save, and I'm not, like, above save scumming. I will shamelessly say. I am going to run to intercept their missile boat. I have fired off my decoys, and what I'm trying to do here, essentially, to talk you through it, even if it's a gamble that doesn't work and I have to revert, is I'm trying to chase them down and murder them because I've negated the threat of the other ship. So it's like they want to tussle with whatever weapons they have left. Basically, I feel like this is an act of desperation, and my decoys look like they might have a chance to work. So I'm going to slow down time, kill my cross velocity. I'm actively, massively accelerating at them, and fire my mass drivers at them as we approach. I think that's the right call. Unless I want to super back down, which I don't. Also, somehow I just got a splash marker on their other ship. So they have a bunch of missiles, smart missiles, around. But my decoys may have worked. Did they friendly fire? I don't think so. It's hard to say. Oh, I hit them again. So I am burning towards them quick. It's like a joust. I'm going to cut my burn now. I'm going to clear out my, like, track thing. I almost have the other ship on auto-lock, which I can murder them. And then the original ship, I'm going to assume, has no more missiles. They are trying to coil me, though. So let's slow down and play this carefully. They're trying to hit me with ballistics. So I'm trying to resolve the first ship. That might hit me, though. Yes, it did. Hit me in the dock. I don't know if this is survivable, but what I'll do is, because I have autosaves, I'll play this out anyway, because I don't have a docking port anymore. So I'm not really sure how that works. Okay, so my rails got knocked. Yeah, essentially I should not have switched targets, because I have got a hole here where they sliced, and then they hit me in the docking port. They're obviously using their coils still. And they're really good about accurately hitting from a distance, surprisingly. And this is where out-of cladding wouldn't really have helped me much in this situation, because, like, okay, not lock. All the crew of the original ship is dead. That last coil killed them. I am going to revert saves, but I am curious if what this looks like if I play this one out. So I'm trying to knock the coil gun, because I don't think I'm gonna... Oh, no. I hit the asteroid. I miscalculated the distance. What I was trying to do is knock the coil gun out of the original one to see what that would look like. The other thing I could do in this situation is hide behind the shadow of the asteroid, blocking the shot of the missile boat. Because obviously I know it's now a missile boat. Blocking the shot of the missile boat to then pacify the original ship so I can solely focus on the new one. Yeah, me shaving an asteroid? Yeah, exactly. And I do realize how very little time I have left, but so I'll have to wrap this up pretty soon. I can't go 2 overtime tonight, unfortunately. But I'm hoping for a conclusion for you guys, because this has been nice and spicy. And I'm really surprised to see like a Ceres extraction gunboat and missile boat way up in my face. I mean, I guess I'm hated, to be fair. I'm very disliked by their faction, but I'm surprised that they would risk that coming this close to Galfed territory. And also kind of surprised that Galfed has no response. Maybe there is a ship incoming, and I've been can't see the forest through the trees, where like I haven't zoomed out enough to see if there was someone coming to my aid, but still. Yeah, they could have the cheaper missiles, true. Not the smart links or something. I don't know. I don't know. I would only really know if I boarded them, right? And they had still stuff left in their... Okay, so this is where I was going to time accelerate, but instead of that, I'm going to keep popping shots off at this other ship, now knowing what I know. So they are... Let's slow down time. So they are just changing trajectories a little bit. And I'm going to try to keep hitting that ship until it's dead. So my first volley will be from the rail only at bearing 0, cross velocity killed. And this is a point of reference shot. So I just did a roughly bearing 0, cross velocity 0 point of reference shot now. And I only have 24 shots left on my rails, so I gotta essentially wait for after each shot. Another thing I could try to do is match their cross velocity, like accelerate in that direction actively, but that would require me to like be using nitrogen continually, so maybe not. So I'm keeping it bearing 0, and I'll see where this shot lands. The 12,983. And this was bearing 0, cross velocity 0 as a point of reference. And then I'll know to aim left or right, depending on where it goes. And if it's dead on, I'll just keep firing roughly that. Yep, it was dead on. Okay, well that is very informative. My next shot is going to be both coils and rail at 0, 0. So now I'm at like basically 0, 0. Coils and rails went out. And we'll see if both coils and rails land. Because if they do, all 3 land, I'm just going to pepper them. They're going to enjoy a mass driving. I missed a little bit. Track warrants are going up, meaning that they're trying to missile me. And we kind of know how that plays out already. So if bearing was... If the rails were to its right, I need to aim more right, which means I need the bearing less than 0 by a little bit. So I'm going to try bearing like a quarter off of 0, shooting rail only. Also, track warrant might have been this guy, which is Galfed. So there is backup coming. And I've already talked to this pilot. That was the one that gave me like the verbal warning earlier. So here is coils at 0. Hit. Definitely hit. Knocked a launcher out. That is big. I'll try coils at 0 again. It might have been a fluke. They might have been not accelerating or whatever. But I just fired coils at 0 again. And accelerating time to see if they hit. All right, so the rail was way off. And that was a slight lead. I might just have a better chance because there's like a accuracy deviations at firing at a bunch. I'm gonna try another double volley, coils and rails at 0. So this is my coils at 0 coming in. Double hit. And then this is the coil rail double shot that I just did at 0. Rail hit. Coil single hit. Firing at 0 with no lead is definitely the case. Now, the cross velocity is changing more rapidly. More track worn, got it. Decoys just got launched. Alright, I'm trying to do course adjustments. I don't need that. Where we're going at 0, 0 again. Because if I can neutralize this, it would be a good stopping point. Slowing down time. Quite the cliffhanger, but, you know, got to do what I got to do. So, we're basically... There we go. We're basically at 0 now. And I'm going to try to keep them centered so I could just keep firing. Because there is some innate inaccuracy in the shots. So I can just try to keep them centered up. And just waste all my munitions. We'll see. I don't know what the other craft is doing. It's kind of confusing me. They're like approaching me as if they're going to fire on me, but they don't have guns. And the GWN, I don't know what they're doing, man. I don't know what they're doing. Hopefully they're coming to help. Alright, coil guns are dry. I only have 16 left on the rails. And we'll see how this volley works. Another hit. Another hit. More hits. They're not punching deep, though. Well, that one was pretty good. Yeah, we keep pelting them. But not for any critical systems as far as I can tell. Oh, good lord. I think a missile landed. Despite the decoys? Yes. I'm alive. Gotta get my helmet on. Obviously, this is one to be reverted. I should have fired off both decoys, I guess. Is this... there's actually one other thing I wanted to check, which is who shot me. I don't think GWN shot me, because that would be super weird, but, like... I'm really surprised the decoys hit me, and... So I guess what I'll do is, I have a save point where I can play this again, and as much as I want to avoid save scumming, it is what it is. But I will see if I can't win this one. Out of morbid curiosity, let's call it. Oh, you know what? I don't have any. I don't have any. I have nothing left. I just realized. So I'm just gonna fast forward time and play it out and see what happens. knowing that I have the save to play. So it looks like that other ship just zips by me. They don't have a crew anymore, though, so I'm not really sure what's going on there. Oh, no, they do have a crew. I don't think I have the ability to detect crew. And I'm getting track warnings, which indicate that they're launching more stuff at me. I'm gonna pry open this door. They are... Interestingly... Did they just murder the other... Where'd the other ship go? I think I don't have, like, good sensors anymore to even detect it. Yeah, they're just pelting me with whatever they have left. I'm on my nav, which is not even a nav anymore. Yeah, I'm just getting coiled. And really what that came down to is they had a big old beefy ship. So despite the fact that I hit them many more times than they effectively hit me, it didn't really matter because they had more mass to absorb the shots. So I'm just like chilling here. Oh yeah, that was the first fire I've seen. Interesting that my like reactor room is mostly intact. But I really thought the other craft was gonna board me, and they obviously didn't. They're just plugging away. I think the safest spot for me is next to my transponder. But I don't have a functional way to check what's happening, really. At this point, I'm going to put down... I mean, obviously, I'm not really truly playing this out, but I'm going to put down my ammo and pick up this katana. So I have a gun and katana for if I do end up boarded. You can see the difference of rails versus missiles. Missiles are a massive, massive boom, and rails are just damage over time. So they're just... With their one remaining coil gun. I'm surprised I didn't hit like any vital systems like nav, but with the one remaining coil gun, they're just continuing to fire. Now, I guess the biggest thing that I'm confused about is why the GWN... I mean, they don't owe me anything, but why the GWN didn't really get more active in this fight sooner. The other thing I could do, which would be really funny, is there's nothing really functionally stopping me from doing the ferry pass to Port Mojave and just being like, all right, cool, you win, bye, and like going. I mean, I don't have the money for it, obviously. Like I can't buy another ship, and that's part of the reason why like having a slush fund is necessary. Because if you don't want to have to save scum, obviously, I'm in a situation here where like, you know, it's save scum or die. Visor for damage. You can see them just plugging away. Oh, super accelerator time. I really thought I would get boarded, but now I don't even have a docking port, so they could tether me, I guess. Part of me wants like the heat overlay more than anything else. Oh, they're done shooting. They probably like have reads that there's still one crew alive, and they're like, how in the hell are you still alive? And they just keep firing. And I have a battery and me chilling here. I guess I have a battery with power. And they just can't seem to finish me off, which is hilarious. All right, I'll accelerate 16 speed a little bit longer. See if this resolves itself. I like how all I get out of this is like, share another story. It's like, well, this is more than a story. You know, I'll just browse the social app, see what's going on. I like how my security unafraid. It's like all of what happened to me, and I'm still like, yeah, it's chill, dude. It's fine. Yeah, the reactor's still. I mean, this door is locked me in. I have to pry it open. I mean, reactor's off, but it hasn't gone critical. Yeah, short of like taking the ferry service out of this, because obviously I survived this, but short of taking the ferry service out of this, there's really not much else to do, because I don't have a backup nav. Obviously I don't have a working ship. There's no... Without any nav, I can't go anywhere. Is it even still possible for them to board without a dock? I don't think so. I mean, it's ultimately kind of the weak point of your ship. Like, if you lose your dock, you kind of lost. Unless you have a secondary one. But, alright, this is going to be where I leave off for the stream. Whereas next stream, if there is to be one, if you vote for it, I could pick up from the autosave, where I try to shoot the gunboat faster than it shoots me. But I'm out of time, and we'll have to table it for now. Thank you for tuning in to Ostranauts Fire in the Hold, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you'd like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow astronauts.